But just as a way, well, some of the things manifest with the disconnect between sales managers and salespeople, let me give you two terms. If a salesperson comes to you and says a deal is strategic, what races through your mind? I know for me, if a salesperson comes to me and says it's strategic, I think, great, we're not going to sell anything for a year, or he wants to give it away. We all agree with that? If you go and ask a salesperson as a sales manager, why did we lose the business, or why did we win this piece of business? You know, the reason that the salesperson will give you is that we won this piece of business because of me and my relationships. And if you say, well, why did we lose that particular contract? I say, well, we lost it on price. And often the reverse is true. Often we lose business because the salesperson is committing one of the cardinal sins of selling, and that is that they're selling to people who cannot buy. They're not selling to people of real power. This term trusted advisor was said a few times yesterday, and I think it's an aspirational thing. Salespeople are told by their boss, go and sell to the C-level person and become the trusted advisor. But how many of us trust salespeople that we deal with? Do we think really they're serving their own agenda? And hopefully we'll be able to do business with somebody where it's good for both of us, but my view is when I'm dealing with a salesperson, the advice they're going to be giving me is pretty slanted towards what's best for them. So how do you become a trusted advisor? It's something that people aspire to, and yes, it's another quadrant. This is really a quadrant diagram of how a salesperson sees themselves and potentially how an organisation sees a salesperson as they go to market. This is not a business value quadrant. This is how salespeople operate. And if you have a look at the different types of salespeople that are out there, I guess in the bottom left-hand corner you've got those transactional people. People that do merchandising, I guess the Coca-Cola salesperson, the rep that calls on the pharmacy stores that actually just sell drugs, for example. They're important people, but they're probably the lowest paid people in the selling profession. Those people can tend to move into relationship selling as their career progresses, and the title for that kind of person would typically be an account manager. Some of those people will transition up to the top left there, which is this concept of a hunter, a business development manager, someone who is tactically, competitively very good. They know who the competition is, they know why people buy their product or solution over somebody else's, they go and engage aggressively, and they can go win deals. I don't really like the term hunter and farmer. I think that all farmers need to hunt and all hunters need to be farmers. And we all need to be great relationship managers. But then in the top right-hand corner, we've got this mythical beast of the strategic salesperson. My view is maybe 2% of salespeople out there in the world are truly strategic. I know when I interview people, I actually ask them, you know, how do you really categorize yourself as a salesperson? Do you think you're strategic? And almost everybody says yes. And then I say, great, talk me through a day in your work life and talk me through how you are strategic. What is it that you do? How do you think and what do you do? And people are just like a deer in the headlights. They don't really know what being strategic looks like. And as I said earlier, one of the things it means is engaging early at senior levels to create business. It means not making decisions without all of the information. It means understanding the power base inside an organisation. It means being an engineer of value. It means focusing on business case for people rather than trying to push and persuade.